The old folks whispered tales, tales of lonely roads and moonless nights, tales of a solitary figure, thumb outstretched, seeking a ride. But this was no ordinary hitchhiker. This was the midnight passenger. They say those who dared to offer a ride would be gripped by an unnatural chill. The air grew heavy, conversation impossible. And then, as quickly as they appeared, the passenger would vanish, leaving behind only an empty seat and the lingering scent of grave dirt. Sam's hands gripped the steering wheel. His headlights cut through the thick darkness, illuminating the deserted highway. He was bone-tired. Another grueling shift at the hospital, finally over. The only sounds were the hum of his engine and the relentless chirping of crickets.
Man, I really long for the comfort of my bed, the normalcy of sleep.
As he rounded a bend, a flicker of movement caught his eye. A figure stood shrouded in shadow beneath a lone, gnarled oak tree. Its face was obscured by the darkness, but Sam could make out a long coat despite the stifling summer heat. The figure raised a hand, thumb extended.
Should I? No, this can't be real.
Sam hesitated, the local legends flashing through his mind. He shook his head, dismissing them as old wives' tales. He was a doctor, a man of science. Ghosts and ghouls were for campfire stories. He pulled over, rolling down the window.
Hey, do you need a ride? Get in?
The figure slid silently into the back seat. No words of thanks, no destination given. Sam tried to catch the passenger's eye in the rearview mirror, but the darkness seemed to swallow the figure whole. An unnatural chill settled over the car. The temperature plummeted, as if a window had been thrown open to the Arctic. Sam shivered, pulling his jacket tighter around him. He tried to make conversation, but his words seemed to evaporate into the heavy silence. The old radio, usually filled with static, crackled to life. A mournful voice filled the car, singing a haunting melody. It was a song Sam had never heard before, a song filled with sorrow and despair. He fumbled for the dial, desperate to silence the unsettling tune. As he reached out, he noticed something strange. The figure in the back seat, shrouded in shadow, was beginning to glow. A soft, ethereal light emanated from beneath the long coat. Sam, paralyzed by fear, could only watch in horror as the light intensified. The figure turned, the light now blinding. Sam glimpsed a face, pale and gaunt, with eyes that burned with an eerie, cold fire. He slammed on the brakes, the car skidding to a stop. His heart hammered against his ribs, his breath caught in his throat. When he finally found the courage to look back, the back seat was empty. The radio fell silent. The only sound was the beating of his own heart. Sam sat there for a long time, the events replaying in his mind. He had been spared, but at what cost? The experience left an indelible mark on Sam's soul. He never picked up another hitchhiker, his fear a constant companion. He knew deep down that the legends were true. The midnight passenger was real, a harbinger of something dark and unknowable. As he drove home that night, the memory of the glowing eyes burned bright in his mind. He had been warned, and now he was condemned to remember. Remember, dear reader, the next time you see a lone figure on a desolate road, thumb outstretched. Remember the chilling tale of the midnight passenger. And remember, sometimes the kindest thing you can do is keep driving.